Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Double IB and those are my predictions for the week 9 of the NFL. In the next game, we have the Oakland Raiders playing against the San Francisco 49ers. Those two teams have only one win this season, and this will be a battle to see who will have the first picks and will have the chance to maybe draft Nick Bosa with the first overall pick. Those two teams are not really good, and San Francisco has a better team besides their quarterback because Jimmy Garoppolo and CJ Beathard are injured, so they'll be their third string quarterback who will play this game. So I feel like this will be a much more closer game than people think about it. But the San Francisco team is much better than the Oakland Raiders team, so that's why I'll give the win to the San Francisco 49ers by a score of 24-12. In the next game, we have the Chicago Bears playing against the Buffalo Bills. The Bears are a really good team, and with their offense, they could really do something special this year. But on defense, without Khalil Mack, we see that this team has some problem. Khalil Mack is the captain of this team's defense, and without him last week against the Jets, they had a little bit of problem. Not so much a big problem because they were playing against the Jets, but still, we could see some lack in their defensive play. On the other side, we had the Buffalo Bills, a really bad team that is really the embarrassment of the league right now. I'm really sorry for all the Buffalo Bills fans because your team is not really good and you have to suffer with this. I'm really sorry about that, and I hope that in a few years your team will be good. But for now, I have to predict this game, and I will go by saying that the Chicago Bears will win this game because they're a much better team and the Buffalo Bills will not bring any type of competition in this game. So that's why the Chicago Bears will win this game by a score of 31-9. In the next game, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing against the Carolina Panthers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers played last week against the Bengals and they come short at the end to win this game. They started the game with Jameis Winston at quarterback, but after he threw 4 interceptions, they replaced him with Ryan Fitzpatrick, who showed us his magic and almost came back to defeat the Bengals. On the other side, the Carolina Panthers defeated easily last week the Baltimore Ravens and their really good defense. The Panthers offense really made a statement by showing us that they're a legit team and that we have to consider them for the playoffs this year. This game, I feel like it will be a really offensive play because we have two really good offense and two defense that are not so great. I feel like the Carolina Panthers defense is better, so that's why I'll give them the win by a score of 35-31. In the next game, we have the Kansas City Chiefs playing against the Cleveland Browns. The Chiefs offense is really good, and I don't see how any team could stop that. On the other side, we have the Cleveland Browns team who had a few good games in the early beginning of the season, but now they're starting to fall down. I feel like the fall of the Cleveland Browns will continue for the rest of the season, and the Kansas City Chiefs will have an easy win against them. Baker Mayfield will show us that he's a good quarterback because he will play against the Kansas City Chiefs defense, who is not really the best, but still the offense of the Chiefs is way much better than the Cleveland Browns, so the Chiefs will win this game by a score of 28-14. In the next game, we had the New York Jets playing against the Miami Dolphins. Those two teams are in the same division in the AFC East, and this game will be really hard to choose a winner. Usually, I always pick the home team in those type of close game, but the New York Jets are playing really good lately. Even if those games finishes in loss, they really impress me, and I feel like they could really beat a team that's not as good as the competition that they played earlier, playing against the Miami Dolphins. Even if this game is on the road for the Jets, I feel like they can surprise us and win this game. The Miami Dolphins could bring out the fight, but without Ryan Tannehill at quarterback and with Brock Osweiler, this team has not really a good chance in this game, but still, it will be a really close game, and the New York Jets will win this game by a score of 21-20. In the next game, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers playing against the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens lost last week to the Carolina Panthers, and the Steelers won against the Cleveland Browns. So, this game will be played in Baltimore, and the advantages will usually go to the Baltimore team. Nonetheless, the Steelers offense is playing really good lately, and James Conner is is playing really good in this offense. We have Antonio Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster also that can really make some damage. And last week, the Baltimore Ravens defense did not play as good against the Carolina Panthers. So this game could be really close. But the Ravens team is slightly better than the Pittsburgh Steelers team, and they're playing at home, so they'll have an advantage. This game could be really close, and it'll be a really good game to see. But the win will go to the Baltimore Ravens by a score of 25-21. In the next game, we had the Detroit Lions playing against the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are a really good team, but they lost last week to one of the best teams in the Saints. On the other side, the Detroit Lions lost to the surprising Seattle Seahawks. So those two teams come from losses, and they will be in this game with urge to come back and go back on that win column. This game could be really interesting, but there's something that could really damage the interest of this game. For the first, the Minnesota Vikings team is way much better than the Detroit Lions team that are really struggling right now. And this game will be playing in Minnesota, so the Vikings will have a clear advantage in this game. So that's why I'll give them the win. With Adam Thielen and Kirk Cousins, the connection is unbelievable. And the Detroit Lions just traded Golden Tate for some draft picks, so I feel like they even know that they have no chance for making the playoffs this year. So they're trying to rebuild, to make a small rebuild. So that's why the Vikings will win this game by a score of 24-18. In the next game, we had the Atlanta Falcons playing against the Washington Redskins. The Redskins is a team that is unstoppable right now, and the Atlanta Falcons is a team that has some ups and downs. So with the surprising Washington Redskins playing really good with Alex Smith at quarterback and Adrian Peterson, who shows us that he still has some gas left in the tank, the Washington Redskins has a clear advantage in this game. The Atlanta Falcons could bring out a fight in this game, but the Redskins team is playing so good right now, and they're with so much confidence that I don't think that any team could stop them right now. So that's why I'll give the win to the Redskins by a score of 35-28. In the next game, we have the Houston Texans playing against the Denver Broncos. The Texans is a team that is playing really good right now, and they're on a roll with Deshaun Watson in the offensive side and J.J. Watt on defense, who is tearing everything apart. On the other side, the Denver Broncos are not playing so good right now. They just traded Demaryius Thomas to the Houston Texans, and I feel like this year is not their year. And with Case Keenum, I don't see a future with this team. So for this game, I think it will be really close because this game is played in Denver. But the Texans team is better than the Denver team, so this game will be really close. But the Texans are on a roll right now, and they just played the Thursday night, so they had a much longer week to prepare for this game. So they'll come in this game ready. So that's why I'll give them the win by a score of 28-20. In the next game, we had the LA Chargers playing against the Seattle Seahawks. Those two teams are really good, and this could really be the game of this week. But there are a few games that are coming after that are way more interesting. But for now, let's focus on this game. The Seattle Seahawks is really interesting right now. They're surprising everyone by winning, and in a year that everyone thought it will be a rebuilding year. And the other side, the LA Chargers are playing really good. They had some few losses in the early beginning of the season, but they lost against the Rams and against the Chiefs. Those two teams are one of the best in the league, so we cannot argue about it. And after that, they only have wins in with their team. So this game will be really interesting. But I feel like I give the advantage to the Seattle Seahawks because they're playing at home. And last week against the Detroit Lions, they show us that we should not forget about them, about how good of a team they are. So that's why I'll give them the win by a score of 22-20. For the next game, we have the LA Rams playing against the New Orleans Saints. This will be the game of this week. We have two really good offenses on both sides and two really good defenses. This game will be really close, and this will be really an interesting game to see. The winner of this game could have the advantage in the NFC Championship. This game will be really close, and I don't see how any team could surpass one of each other in this game. But I have to make a decision, and I feel like the Saints will have the advantage because they're playing at home, and when they're playing in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, they're unbeatable, and I don't see how any team could beat them. So that's why, even if they're playing against one of the best teams in the LA Rams, they'll still have the advantage in this game by a score of 34-31. In the next game, we had the Green Bay Packers playing against the New England Patriots. This will be a really good game, and this game will be on Sunday night, so everybody will be in front of the TVs to watch this game. This will be a really good game against two of the best number 12s in the league. On one side we have Aaron Rodgers, and the other side we have Tom Brady. This game will be really close, and with Aaron Rodgers getting back from his injury and feeling really better, and the Patriots playing good in this time of this year, this game will be really good and will be one for the ages against two of the best quarterbacks in the league. This game will be really close, and this game I feel like it will be win in the special teams. And with the last week's error for the Green Bay Packers against the Rams on special team, I feel like they will want to bounce back and be on the top of the game on that level. But still, this game will be played in New England, and the Patriots will, with their fans, who have the advantage in this game. So that's why I'll give them the win by a score of 28-24. In the last game of this week, on Monday night, we had the Tennessee Titans playing against the Dallas Cowboys. Those two teams are not one of the greatest in the league right now, but they can still bring a good fight, and this game will be interesting to see. On both sides, we have some ups and downs, and I feel like in this game, both of this team will be on their upside and will bring us a really good game. I feel like the Dallas Cowboys is a much better team between both of them, so that's why I'll give them the win by a score of 21-14. Thank you guys for watching my video. Those were my predictions for week 9 of the NFL. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'm Double IB, I'm signing out.